Hello everyone, welcome again on Tips Engineer John, and we are going to check the magnetic balance test of transformer. Okay, so this is the magnetic balance test, and this is the instrument. Okay, so magnetic balance test perform on transformer. Okay, so role of magnetic balance test in transformer is to evaluate core integrity and detect winding abnormalities and check the sensitivity to short turns. Okay, and this is very important for core integrity. Okay, and purpose of uh, this test is to highlight why engineer perform magnetic balance test. Okay, so magnetic balance test is to verify magnetic balance and magnetic flux behaviors and detect abnormal condition like shorted turns and use a comparative diagnostic approach and basic test principle describe how voltage injection so reveals magnetic balance. So apply low voltage to one phase and measure induced voltage in other winding and expected relationship follow one core geometry. Okay, so recommended test arrangement is to outline setup and procedure for reliable result and test on site with highest turns. Always test magnetic balance test on highest winding turns and keep tap position consistent and apply 230 volt and measure induced voltage across all phases. Means this is the star winding. This is the R phase. This is the Y phase. This is the B phase. And this is the neutral. Okay, you can apply between any phase with respect to neutral. If you want to measure, apply voltage 230 volt between neutral to B phase. Okay, so neutral to B phase. This is the neutral point, and this came here for neutral. So in this case, you can apply voltage to 30 volt to neutral to B phase, and similarly you can apply neutral to Y phase and neutral to R phase. Okay. Now detection of shorted turns. So how fault manifest in test result. Shorted turn from low impedance loops and causes circulating currents and induce voltage drop significantly. Okay. And additional cross phase testing on confirmations and apply voltage to one winding and measure another repeat across phases and consistent abnormalities confirm internal faults and key practical notice is to key consideration for accurate testings. Always test all three phase and use control low voltage and remove residual magnetics before testings and safety precaution is to ensure safe handling during energized testings and proper isolation and groundings and verify setup and tap positions and treat all terminals as energized. And conclusion of this test is to summarize the diagnostic value of magnetic balance test and practical and sensitive methods and detect shorted turns and core issues and support reliable transfer condition assessment. Okay, so this is the point. Now we check the with diagrams. Okay, so what is magnetic balance and what is needed It was not in case of single phase transformer, and made to balance test in case only poly winding transformer, and we can connect three phase transformer in two fashions. First is the delta winding, second is the star winding. Okay, now in case failure of one phase in transformer either R by B, then only one limb of transformer will produce fluxes and remaining two limb will provide return part for that flux. And the main aim of this test is to provide and flux produced by one limb is the sum of the fluxes other two limbs. Okay, you can check if you apply voltage in A phase. Okay, so A equal to flux B flux C. Okay, if you apply voltage in A phase, so flux is 100% and remaining if you apply in middle phase, so 50% is there plus 50% is there. Okay, so in this way you can check the magnetic balance test. Now other case, in case failure of two phase transform either R and Y and B, Y or B and B and R. Then only one limb of transformer will produce flux by using neutral points, and the main aim of this test is to provide flux in one limb and some of the fluxes two limb. Okay, and two limb will induce voltage on winding and these respective limbs. So the logically the sum of voltage induced on remaining limb must be equal to the voltage applied in one limb equal to the sum of remaining limbs. Okay, now if you are applying uh, similarly in case 2, if you applying middle phase, so limb 1 A and limb C 50-50 because of this is the middle phase. If you apply in third C limb, so 80%, 60 to 80% and 40 to 20%. So in middle phase 100 equal to 50 plus 50, but other remaining 100% equal to 60 to 80% plus 40 to 20%. Why is not exactly 50-50% in case of 1 and 3 means uh, opposite side. In case 2, okay, we almost equal reluctance path for left side and right side limb A and B. But in case of 1 and 3, we have high and low reluctance part for flux for middle and outer limb. So value may vary from 60 to 80% of the values. And procedure. Apply three-phase 415 volt to the primary winding of transformer and remove any one phase for delta fashion winding and remove any two winding for star fashion winding. Not down the voltage in three phase by using multimeter in the primary winding and secondary winding. Now this is the main important point. Line to line voltage apply in case of delta line to line because in delta there is no neutral points, but in case of star line to neutral voltage apply in case of stars. So repeat the same procedure for remaining two cases. While doing this test, remove neutral earthing of transformer and remove all its external connections. Okay, so in this way this is the delta connection R, Y and B. So in delta phase, apply voltage between two phase. Okay, and remaining other. So V R Y equal to V R B plus V Y B. Okay, but in case of stars, but in case of star winding, R, Y, B, and neutral. So R, B, R, N equal to V, Y, N plus V, B, N, and V, Y, N equal to V, R, N plus V, B, N, and V, B, N equal to V, R, N plus V, Y, N. Okay. So in this way you can check the relationship and check the magnetic balance. Okay. So thank you very much for magnetic balance test introduction video and lecture videos. And I also provide this PPT in the download section. You can download as well. Okay. And thank you very much for seeing magnetic balance test of transformers. Thank you.